So this lady came to see me with severe anxiety, and what we found in her RTT sessions with me was that she had taken on the role as the sick child in her family. So she would have pain in her stomach and she would get noticed, because otherwise she felt that she was invisible, she felt she was alone and scared in her family as a child. And so anxiety came to keep her safe. Because when no one was around, if she felt pain, if she felt sickness, if she felt anxiety, then others would care for her. It would keep her safe, because otherwise she felt empty and alone. So she would have throat pain, like in the session, throat pain came up in the session. And when we spoke to that throat pain, the throat pain says, I'm here to get you time with your mum, to get you attention, to get you love, to get you care. Because a lot of children, when they're young, and you might grow up in a large family where there's lots of children vying for mummy and daddy's attention, any way of getting attention is a good way of getting attention. So this lady saw that she'd taken on the sick role. So she had childhood illnesses, and then when she was older, those childhood illnesses kind of no longer work. So anxiety became her adult illness, and it would get her, love and attention. Now in the session, I try and get the part of her that's causing her to be anxious to leave, and for her to let go of that part, that she no longer needs it. Sometimes you might transform the part. In this session, the lady chose to transform the part. So this part of her that was helping her get a love and attention through anxiety and through sickness and pain, she transformed that, and she gave it a new role. And she gave it a new role so that this part of her would give her confidence. It would help her feel whole, and a sense of wholeness, that she could be loved whole. That she would have courage, that she'd have sharpness and intuition, because anxiety clouded her mind, that she'd have strength, that she could have fun, that actually she would take good self-care and attention of herself. So she'd have good nutrition, she'd get fresh air and relaxation and exercise, and she would find loving people to connect with joy, as opposed to connecting to people with pain. And a lot of people connect through their pain. It's quite a very normal thing to do. I'm a celiac too. I can't eat this food. I can't eat that food too. We're connecting through the pain of being gluten intolerant, for example. That's using my own example. But I can just say, I choose to be gluten-free, and I choose to live a healthy, nutritious life and be okay with that. So this lady rewired her own brain. She chose the new role when she said, I said to her, what would you like this part to do for you in future, instead of making you anxious and sick to get you love and attention? She gave it that role of being whole, being centered, being strong, being confident and courageous, so that would get her the loving connection that she wanted, to connect with love and joy, as opposed to connect through pain and sickness. So she is extremely happy. When I last spoke to her, she's a completely different person. When I first spoke to her, she was kind of quiet, and you could hardly hear her on the phone. She was talking, she was laughing, she was engaging, like I didn't have to ask her questions to draw her out. She offered information. We had a great conversation. She's changed her career, she's changed where she lives, she's had a complete transformation, and she's very happy.